candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring that Christ consciousness as a path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for all of the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the prayer for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual practice principles. As practitioner of faith lights that last candle, let it represent the reason that brought you here today. Now our beloved Faith will read our first.
Hello, good morning. Today is a beautiful morning. It's beautiful. Look beyond the rain clouds and you'll see the sunshine. It's a beautiful day. So we're all here together to share this beautiful experience, to share what we're going to listen to this afternoon, which is a beautiful talk. So our talk this month is about play. Where in your life are you playing, and where in your life are you not? So that is the question. So let's go into prayer. So what I know is that there is only one magnificent power, one life force, one energy, and I call this God. And God is all there is. God is love, God is peace, God is beauty. God is the creator of everything. And this energy of God lives and resides in each and every one of us. And I know that we are open to feel this power and presence of spirit that lives within us, that we feel the warmth of the light that shines within us. We feel the energy of spirit working through us and expressing through us. And I am so grateful to share this energy of life and love and presence with each and every one of you. I am so grateful that we're here on purpose together to live and to grow and to prosper and to be all that we can be with the beautiful light that shines within us. So I say yes to all this wonderful beauty that lives inside of us. So I am so grateful, and I release this prayer into the law, knowing that it is done right here, right now. And I anchor it by saying, and so it is. Okay, so now I'm going to read the affirmation and then the declaration of principles. So let's start with the affirmation. I rest in divine joy, and so it is. And now I'm going to read the declaration of principles. I believe in God, the one creative intelligence operating through the universe and operating throughout my entire being, now and always. I believe this perfect spirit operates upon a law of mind and creates my experience exactly according to my belief. I believe this perfect creative intelligence can be used by me and by every other person to produce health, abundance, and love in mind, body, and total life experience. I use it now, I rejoice in it, and so it is.
All right, thanks. Man, we read that fast. Woo! And now, there's something about jewels, and there's something about tones, and somehow they all go together. So I'm going to invite and introduce the Jewel Tone Choir. Here we go.
Thank you, Arpad, and actually this is a mixed ensemble from our Jewel Tone Choir. And from right to left, as they're setting up there, we have April and Jamie, Karen and Kimberly, Rick, Wade, and Jimmy singing for us this morning. And we're going to start with a song called Magnify the Light. And there's a section that you need to clap on, but not on 1 and 3. Watch me, follow me, it'll be 2 and 4. You guys ready? Got your microphones and everything going? We're cool? All right. 1, 2, 3.
fingers crossed here. Let's give it up again for the Jewel Tone Ensemble. Yes. Thank you, and thank you, Diane. It was beautiful. Oh, good morning, everyone. Here we are, the first day of spring. I can smell it out there. It's, you know, after that rain last night, it smelled just like springtime. It was great. Boy, I'm really echoing. Do I sound okay to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, we're great. What? Huh? So as you know, our yearly theme for the year 2022, which is really apropos, is living everyday wonder. Living everyday wonder. We talked about it in January and talked about it a little bit in February. But what does that mean, living everyday wonder? It's being aware of what's going on around you. It's paying attention to the moment. So I asked a few friends, what does living everyday wonder mean to you? My one friend said, well, the other day I was looking out at the moon, beautiful big moon out there a couple nights ago, and my nephew was in New York looking at the moon, and I'm in California, and we were both looking at the moon at the same time, and we connected. So that was living everyday wonder, because there was a common thing there. They were both looking at the moon, and it was beautiful, and they connected. In my office at home, I look out on my side yard, and there's a bunch of trees and plants and things out there. So yesterday morning, I'm sitting there, and I'm starting to put my thoughts together. And up comes a hummingbird up to the window, right here, right on the other side. And then there was a little branch there, so he kind of sat on the branch. She kind of sat on that branch and was looking at me, staring at me. So I stared back. I stared back, and for, a good minute, we're staring at each other, and we had quite the connection. And I thought, that is living everyday wonder, is getting that connection with all beings, all nature, all things. And I know that some of you already heard my hummingbird story, and I apologize, but I'm going to do a brief one telling of it, because it's such a great story. It happened maybe 10 years ago. A hummingbird flew in my house, and in my entry, it's 2 stories high, and the windows are way up high. So I get home and I see this little bird, hummingbird up there, flapping its wings, trying to get out that window. Of course, it can't. And I'm going, oh my God, what am I going to do? So the first thing I did is I prayed. I prayed that I could get that little guy out. So I went and got my ladder, and I stood at the top of my ladder, and I got a sponge broom, a sponge mop with the sponge on the top and the long handle, you know, those old ones there. Got that, got on the top of my ladder, stuck that thing way up high to the tallest I could be, and I looked at that little hummingbird in the face, and I said, get your butt on the sponge. I'm trying to save your little ass. So, you know, get in there, or you're not going to make it out of this house, because there's no windows open, no windows up there. So it looked at me, and it hopped on the end of the sponge mop, and so I slowly went back down the ladder, holding it, looking at it, getting an eye connection. I connected, came down, put the post down, opened the front door, and out it went, and it flew away. It was fabulous. But the best part was, I just stood there for a few minutes. 2 hummingbirds came back. Now, I can't tell you if it was the one that I let go, or it was the brothers and sisters, or the mom and dad, or whatever it was. 2 came back and zipped in front of my face like this, like looking at me, saying thank you. And it gives me chills to this day, because it's such a wonderful, wonderful connection. But I was aware of the moment. So that is pretty much living everyday wonder. So after I was at my computer for a while, I have a bench outside my door, and I went out there. I thought, well, I just need to go out there and take a little break. So I went out there just to gather my thoughts, to take a little rest. And so I'm just sitting there in the quiet. And on the rock by the bench, up crawls a little blue-belly fence lizard. You all know the little lizards. I love lizards. You all know I love lizards. Oh, so he's about from here to there and looking at me. Now, this is right after the hummingbird happened an hour before, and this guy's looking at me, and you know how lizards tilt their head. So he's looking at me, he goes like this. And I'm thinking, well, he's really curious. You know, who is this thing sitting there? So I look back, connected eye to eye, and then I tilted my head. And I went like this, and he tilted his head, and I tilted my head. It was quite comical. But then I laughed out loud because it was so funny because we were both tilting, you know, back and forth. And then he ran away. But there was another, you know, had I not paid attention, I would have missed that. I would have missed that encounter. And we have these things happen all the time in our lives. So we just need to be aware of the moment. The Buddha said, I am awake. I am awake. And how to awaken was all the Buddha taught, was how to awaken to who we are. To awaken is to learn the art of living, to master the mind, and to bring it back to the reality in the present. Eckhart Tolle says that all the power that we have is always right here in this moment of now. In this moment of now is where our power is. Said, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. John Lennon, one of my favorites, said, life is what happens while you're busy making other plans. Life is what happens. So sometimes we let life pass us by because we're busy trying to control what's going on. Too busy. So let us wake up to each and every moment that we have, because every moment is a wonder, and every moment is a gift to us. Our focus for the month of March is play, just like Faith said in her prayer. So last Sunday, Reverend Arpad had the people up here doing the Twister with God, and it was great. Wade, Kimberly, Diane, it was great. They were all up here twisting around. It was quite fun. We had quite a fun time. And then we got to dance too. So it was a wonderful Sunday of play. But Spirit has created each and every one of us with a capacity for joy, for balance, and for freedom in our lives. So play is a sacred activity necessary for us, for our expression in our life in this time. It's really necessary. When we play, we heal the body, we heal the mind, and we heal the heart. And it helps us to connect with all the beloved ones around us. Sai Baba said this: life is a song, sing it. Life is a game. Play it. Life is a challenge. Meet it. Life is a dream. Realize it. Life is a sacrifice. Offer it. Life is love. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. So as we enjoy it, it brings us today to today's talk title. Hold on to your seats on this one. The title, and they make these titles up all last year, and then we have them for the whole year. It's I'll Rest When I'm Dead. So I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's inspirational. That's very lifting up and making everyone feeling wonderful. I'll rest when I'm dead. First thing that popped in my head was Benjamin Franklin. I had remembered that he had a quote because he didn't sleep much because he had too much to do. So I looked it up, and this is what Benjamin Franklin said. A life of leisure and a life of laziness are two things. There will be sleeping enough in the grave. So I looked at it a little further, and he would sleep from about 1 o'clock in the morning until 5 in the morning. He slept 4 hours a night. But he was so curious, so alive, and so excited about life and about discovering things and doing things that he just couldn't sleep anymore because his mind was so active. So 4 hours sleep, it did it for him. It doesn't do it for me. No, I need a good solid 7, or I'm not worth anything. So that is Benjamin Franklin that did that. Dr. Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of religious science and the author of the Science of Mind textbook, says this: to enter the silence is to quiet our mind and enter that place of non-movement. To be still and know that I am God is to enter the sanctuary of our own consciousness. To be still and know that I am God. We enter into the sanctuary of our own consciousness. And yet, our Western culture tells us that we don't have time to waste. Don't waste that time. We need to catch up. We need to get ahead. We need to be the best and do the most. That's where we are today. To me, it sounds like the white rabbit in the Alice in Wonderland story. You all remember that? Let me read the lyrics to you for that song. Now, I know you're going to be singing it in your head. I'm not going to sing it. But you're going to be singing it in your head. I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. And when I wave, I lose time, I save. My fuzzy ears and whiskers took too much time to shave. I run and then I hop. I wish that I could fly. There's danger if I dare to stop. And there's the reason why. I'm overdue. I'm in a rabbit stew. Can't even say goodbye. Hello, I'm late for a very important date. So that's, some of us are on that treadmill, you know. We're late. Then on the other hand, we have Frank Sinatra singing a song and his concept of this. Please play it.
You're not going to sing it?
My mom won't let me. But you all can sing along with him if you know it. I'm sure some of you know it.
I'll lay low, I'll make 'em stay low. They'll never trail over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel. But until then, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance, riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna live, 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 until I die.
Yes. Love that song. I sang it for my mom the other night, and she didn't recognize it when I was singing it. She says, please don't sing that at church on Sunday. So that's why I didn't. Sometimes I kind of get over myself and, you know. So anyway, yes, and I believe in that concept too. Live until you die. I mean, what's the point of being here if you're not out there having a good time? And living your life out loud. That's what we need to do. But to live our life out loud and to be that vibrant light that we are and we express all the time, we must rest. There has to be rest. When someone says to me, you want to go to the spa, get a massage, sit and go out to Glen Ivy, I always go, yes, that's a day of rest for me. That's a beautiful day. I love that. Rest is needed for the body, but it's essential for your soul. It's essential. The need for rest is included in most faith traditions. They have, the day of rest, the day of rest, the day of rest. The corporate researchers say that rest makes us more productive. The doctors tell us that rest reduces stress and allows our bodies to heal. The artists tell us that rest allows us to connect with our inner creativity. So rest is necessary. When we rest, we are recharged and we are ready for our next period of activity. Jack Fowler sings a song, In the Silence, and I just love it. It goes, in the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release of a world full of chaos and noise. It's important for us to be in the silence, to let our bodies, our minds rest. I think we need to say our affirmation one more time together. I rest in joy, rest in divine joy. Let's say it together. I rest in divine joy. Again, I rest in divine joy. It's a joyful thing to be at peace and to be quiet and to rest. Brené Brown says that it takes courage to say yes to rest and to play in a culture where exhaustion is seen as a status symbol. A status symbol. I worked so hard. I worked 80 hours this week. It's a symbol. It's a badge of honor. I've had people tell me that. I said, I go in 3 days a week, maybe 6 hours a day. Oh, well, I work 60 hours a week. I said, really? How much productivity do you get out of working that much time? And you don't have the time to connect with your family and your friends if you're work. Now, I'm not saying that work is not good, because it is. I love going to work. I love my job. I'm a CFO of our company, and I love that. And I know when you are starting out, you need to lay the foundation, a good basis. You know, like my mom was saying, well, talking about work, and when your dad left in the morning, you were in your pajamas, and when he came home at night, you were in your pajamas. You and your brother were in your pajamas again, and you got to say goodnight. And I remember that, but because he was laying the foundation for a wonderful life for himself, my mom, my brother, and I, and for all of our children. So he worked hard, and he laid that foundation through his work. But we also had playtime. I can remember at least once a month, we'd get in the car and go out to the desert and look for snakes. That was fun to us. Snakes and lizards. And I remember one time we laid out on the sand. My mom slept in the car, she wouldn't do it. But Dad and Greg and I, my brother's here today too, he remembers this. We laid out, and in the morning we had tracks all around us. It was so exciting. It was so exciting. But you have to play, you have to rest, you have to connect. It's so very important. Our beloved Thich Nhat Hanh, who just made his transition, he is the Vietnamese Buddhist monk who is called the father of mindfulness. He said this: "It's very important that we relearn the art of resting and relaxing. Not only does it prevent the onset of many illnesses that develop through chronic tension and worrying, it also allows us to clear our minds, focus, and find creative solutions to all of our problems. We humans have lost the wisdom of genuinely resting and relaxing. We don't allow our bodies to heal. We don't allow our minds to be at peace. And we don't allow the time for our hearts to heal. So I ask you, how many times have you been too busy? Too busy to heal that relationship that needed attention? How many times have you been too busy to have that difficult conversation with a loved one or a family member? How many times have you been too busy to care about yourself inside and out? And how many times have you been too busy to pray, to meditate, to sit in the quiet, and to look within our own consciousness? Maybe too busy is just a diversion or an excuse not to face up to or deal with some of the problems we have in our life. I can think of a couple people that do that. They don't want to look within. They don't want to feel that. It's too painful. It's too painful to feel. So they're too busy doing this, too busy doing that, too busy doing everything. So what about you? Only you know the answer to that question. Are you too busy? No. Confucius said, life is really simple. We insist on making it complicated. What a shame. What a shame we have this great thing and we make it so complicated. And I wonder why we do that. Does it make us feel more worthy or important or special to make things complicated and we have to control it? I know I do that sometimes, and it makes me feel really good. And then I remember, this is supposed to be simple. So let's stop making it so hard. We need to find that balance of activity and that balance of rest and that balance of love and that balance of caring. Eric Butterworth said, Don't go through life, grow through life. Grow through life. Isn't that why we're here? Is to grow our consciousness, is to grow in who we are as a spiritual being and a human being. We're here to grow. We're here to express what we want in this time that we have on this planet. That's our desire. That's our purpose, is to live life, to grow through life, as he said. And we do that through rest and quiet and staying in close contact with the Spirit within us. Close contact and having that relationship with that beautiful essence of love that dwells within each one of us. Spending quiet time with ourselves is a very valuable and worthwhile spiritual practice. It's right up there with meditation and prayer. That quiet time, that special quiet time where you just, the non-movement, as Dr. Ernest Holmes said, the non-movement, just being a human being. In our quiet time, Spirit, or God, has the opportunity to reveal divine truth to us and through us. It's our time to open our mind. It's our time to open our heart so we can be that beautiful expression of joy and love and compassion. And peace. Be that expression of peace. What is happening today in our world? We need to bring that vibration of peace to a cosmic level for the collective consciousness of the planet. We need each one of us to take that responsibility to pray for peace, to pray for, all the people that are fighting each other, to pray for our brothers and sisters in Ukraine and in Russia, and all the people that are so afraid right now and living, a life of terror. It's horrific. So the only way we can do that, and when it's important that each and every one of us do that. Each and every one of us, when we pray or we meditate, we lift that vibration, because there truly is only one mind. There's only one life. There's one universal presence. And when we pray and lift it up, it's all lifted up. So what I wanted to do is I'm going to play my last video, and this is our closing prayer. It's George Harrison, "Give Me Love and Give Me Peace on Earth." So while that's playing, it's a beautiful video, but please let that vibration of love and peace rise up.
Give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth. Give me light, give me life, keep me free from birth. Give me hope, help me cope with this
might have seen videos
So in
like
closing,
this
after
before.
hearing that
But here's
song,
the big secret. Anyone can make one
give
of
me
these
hope,
videos in a
help me
few
cope
minutes.
with my heavy load. I'm
You
going
might
to be
think you
real
need a
authentic with you
professional
right now.
animator or to learn some
I have a
fancy editing
30-year-old
program.
daughter, a granddaughter, the most you know, and she overdosed again, and they found her with no heartbeat and no pulse yesterday, and they revived her, and she's in the hospital. But you know, I was talking to my daughter, and I said, I'm going to have a really hard time getting up there and being, you know, putting my heart out there for my Sunday talk. And she says, Mom, just be you, be authentic. So I'm telling you that's what happened. And so if you could keep my Jade in your prayers, I would appreciate it. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Judy, and that's what we adore about you, is we always know that you're completely opening your heart and sharing with us, so we will absolutely keep your granddaughter in our prayers. Thank you so much for a beautiful talk. And we have our Jewel Tone Mixed Ensemble coming back up again with a song from a movie musical called The Greatest Showman, which is about P.T. Barnum. And it's, you know, he tried a lot of different things before he was successful. So this song is called A Million Dreams, which is sometimes what it takes until we find the one that really works for us and opens our hearts and our lives and everything. And Wade is going to be our beautiful soloist on the main thing of this, and April pops in for a little bit too, right? But Wade starts the story for us.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, and it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house The brightest colors fill my head.
A million dreams are keeping me.
A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be. A vision of the world I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna
The Jewel Tone Choir Mixed Ensemble. We're going to hang out there because we're going to do something offertory. They're going to stay up because they're going to sing for offertory.
Can I have that back? Wow, I have an audience. It's time to make our offering. And it's time to take those million dreams, what we are and want to see happen. So if today is your time to make your donation, your gift, your treasure, and if it's not, today's my day. Put your hand on your heart. And know that today is the day that you choose. You choose to give in your heart. You choose to give your kindness. You choose to give your treasures. And repeat after me. My offering is my acceptance of God as the source of my supply and symbolizes my faith in the abundant flow of His supply.
I'll ride with the horses. I'll swim through the sea. I'll climb to the mountain tops. Won't you come follow me? I'll take time to notice all that I see. And after I've come so far, I'll know where I'll be. Fly away home. Fly away home. Well, life is a vision. That's how it should be. The world is a canvas, and the choices are free. At the end of the journey, when all is complete, well, I'll wonder where I've gone, but you know where I'll be. Our dreams last forever, for all that we know. The roads come together, and that's where we'll go. Fly away home.
Ensemble. April, Jamie, Karen, Kimberly, Rick, Wade, and Jimmy. Thank you so much, my beautiful singers.
And I think, Diane, you have something you want to say.
I would love to say something. We are saying adieu. Adieu. To Bill Dixon. He is here. He came back today so that we could say an official bye-bye, good luck. He has his wonderful full-time teaching job, and so today is his last Sunday with us. We hope to have him back subbing in once in a while. But yes, please, Bill, stand up, my darling. Yes. Bill has been playing for the center for 14 years. That's a long time, a lot of dedication. I've loved having him be part of our band. He gets all my wackadoodle musical theater references, sings along with me on Whole New World from Aladdin. I mean, we're gonna miss you, and we're so grateful that we've had all this time with you. And wish you all the luck with those squirrely teenagers. So Bill, this is for you, and we have some cards and some other things for you, and we're so grateful, and we're gonna miss you, but I know you'll be back. I know you'll be back. And Reverend Alice has something that she wants to say.
Bill, we're really gonna miss you. I have to say, I think that I have really missed out because I haven't known you very long. As a matter of fact, if you put a mask on, I might recognize you better. Because I don't think I've seen your chin very much. But I want you to know that you really have been a treasure, and I've had so many people tell me about you, and I want to read a little something that somebody wrote about you. Having worked with Bill Dixon for the past 14 years in our music program, I have personal experience with his value. His gift of music goes far beyond his bass playing and chart reading abilities. Not only did he bring his A game to every Sunday morning service, he was the glue in our Sunday service band. I personally had the privilege of witnessing firsthand how he made sense of both chicken scratch charts, codas, and musically illiteracy coming from such beings as Alan Dale, translating it into language which Diane King Vann could understand and thus perform. So you've been such a joy. I'm so grateful for your service to our center, and I have something for you. I realize you're kind of hooked up there. So let me give this to you, and let me just thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Alex. Bill, you want to say anything?
I just want to say I will. These last 14 years have been amazing, and I've gotten to know so many of you, and you're such a wonderful place for me to come. But I don't just say my wife is going to be happy. Well, she's sort of going to be happy to have me back, but Sundays were kind of her time alone, so I am working that for her. But thank you all very much, and I will definitely be back whenever you need a sub on bass. Thank you.
That's good. And now we get to thank the rest of the congregation. Thanks again to the band, Bill, Ed, Dave, Diane. In the booth, who do we have? We have Dave, we have Clark, we have Mary, we have Gina on the camera, we have practitioners. Who's in service today? Dave? Cheryl? Who else? Lori. Okay, if you need prayer, if you need your life changed, if you need to talk to somebody to get that blah, blah, blah out of your stinking consciousness, see one of these three people after the service. And I think that's it. Oh, no, we don't do announcements anymore. Hell no. We have a man who does invitations.
Got this mic.
Oh, you got your own.
I got my own. For the love of God.
Yes, that too.
I'm going to invite you right now Conscious Connection is today at 12 noon, and there's a small group discussion about today's topic, and everyone is invited. The bookstore is collecting gently used board games and puzzles during the month of March to recycle, and used books are always welcome. Game night is coming Friday, March 25th at 7 p.m. Sign up on the kiosk to play Mexican Train. Next month, perhaps a different game will be on the agenda. Feel free to nominate your favorite board game or games for other months to come. And be sure to sign up for pickleball on Sunday, March 27th. We have 3 small group meetings occurring on Zoom every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday morning at various times. You will a flyer with specifics about each of these groups, including the Zoom info. If you have any additional questions, please talk to Mary Brogdon, who wrote this thing out for me, who can answer any questions you might have. Thank you. And now, you feel like singing? Well, stand up.
Remember, give me love, give me peace on earth, and so it is.
So it is.